drum and it's gon' slug him up. I'ma rock out the whole 30 if you try to buck up, make him.
Alright, man, what's going on? This bitch, man, it's your motherfucker boy, yeah, Helsing, Lucki, Luciano, or Manny, whatever you want to identify me as. Do not be confused on my intro. That's my second YouTube channel intro, but I put it on this YouTube channel just because I didn't feel like making a new one. There you go. Alright, with that being said, Andrew Tate versus Piers Morgan. Now, don't get me wrong, I was just about to do a reaction to something else, but I seen this pop up on my feed, and it's only 5 minutes, and I believe that we can give Andrew Tate more than 5 minutes, my nigga. This is one of the most reliable advocates for the youth that I've encountered so far in the past years that I've lived. I have not seen someone so straightforward and to the point and transparent than this guy, Andrew Tate. I love Andrew Tate. He's definitely one of my inspirations. Take that how you want to take it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure everybody knows the internet did him straight wrong. Instagram, all these social media platforms did him straight fucking dirty. Straight dirty. Like, it was definitely an absolute biased decision when they banned him. Like, there's no doubt about it, because we still got people on Instagram posting the most explicit shit in the world, and their pages are still up to this day. It was definitely a personal motive behind banning Andrew Tate. There's no way there wasn't. So with that being said, we're about to react to this, and yeah.
Do you respect women?
Absolutely. Why
what do you say? Hold on.
Do you respect women?
Absolutely. Why wouldn't I?
Do you think that 18, 19-year-old women are more attractive than 25-year-old women?
I think there's attractive people. That's a loaded question. I don't know.
Well, it's not really, is it?
I can't.
You know why I'm
yeah, that's a very. Do you see what I'm saying? You see what these news outlets try to do? They try to ask you these very indirect, inappropriate questions on these platforms to try to make you look stupid. Yes, he made that statement, but he wasn't strictly saying that he prefers 18-year-olds. He was just saying that he would prefer to pick an 18-year-old with no shitty background versus picking a 26-year-old with a shitty background. It does not, like, bro, ooh, I hate these.
That's a loaded question. I don't know.
Well, it's not really, is it?
I can't.
You know why I'm asking it?
Of course I do, but I can't sit here and
for
say.
For the benefit of viewers who don't know why I'm asking, you said this. In general, this is also one of the reasons men find youth attractive. You want to blow up the internet? I'll blow up the internet right effing now. The reason 18 and 19-year-olds are more attractive than 25-year-olds is because they've been through less dick. People say, oh, you can't say that, but yes, I can. A 19-year-old is more attractive than a 26-year-old woman, and I'll tell you why. Because that 26-year-old has talked to more guys, been to the club more times, been effed and dumped more times, more arguments, more mess, more for me to clean up.
And that's true.
That is misogyny.
Why?
Because you are encouraging a mindset about 25-year-old women that makes them sound out to be infinitely less desirable than 18, 19-year-olds.
That's not what he's doing, though. That's just not what he's doing. He's filtering out the differences between a 25-year-old and an 18-year-old. What the fuck? If someone tells you to grab the fresher apple instead of the expired apple, it's not that they're trying to encourage the mindset to not fucking pick apples that are about to expire. It's just to pick what might be better for you. If you see one apple on the shelf and it's 30 days away from the expiration date, and you see another apple on the shelf and it's 2 days away from the expiration date, you're going to pick the more fresher apple. It has nothing to do with encouraging the mindset. It has nothing to do with encouraging people to pick apples that are not almost expired versus apples that are almost about to be expired. It's just that apple is going to be more fresh to eat. Just like dating an 18-year-old, you're going to deal with less problems versus dealing with a fucking 25-year-old that's probably been through already 2 divorces. It has nothing to do with misogyny. You guys are painting it as that because you guys know the power you have and you guys know the targets that you guys can put on people's backs. This shit is whack, bro.
And having effectively been having too much sex to be taken in a more respectful way.
That would, well, firstly, even if that was the case, that wouldn't be misogyny.
But what did you mean by what you said?
That's not misogyny because it's not anti-women. I'm saying that an 18 or a 19-year-old woman would be more desirable.
Pretty anti-25-year-old woman.
Anti-25-year-old women we can argue, but not misogyny.
Well, that's misogyny then, isn't it?
No, it's not.
Well, being anti any woman at all is misogyny.
Not when I'm saying that women are beautiful and attractive at a certain age and saying the age.
You're saying 18, 19-year-olds are more attractive than 20.
You see what these people do? You see what these people do? They don't even allow you to rebuttal because they know people like him always are going to have an answer. And they know that. And so what they do is they'll talk over you before you get to even deliver your full answer. I fucking hate people like this. And you can tell that this nigga just lives off doing this. Like, bro.
Saying that women are beautiful and attractive at a certain age and saying that age.
You're saying 18, 19-year-olds are more attractive than 25.
Well, than ageist, perhaps, but misogynistic, absolutely
Is that
not.
really? But you just accepted it was misogyny.
No, I didn't. You said it was misogyny. I'm telling you, no, it's not.
If a 26-year-old woman is watching this...
Literally, bro, you see this? He just tried to trick him out of his own position and lie in the moment because of how quick they were talking and say that this nigga said that he admitted to misogyny when in reality he just fucking didn't. He literally just been telling this nigga no for the past 10 fucking times, but this dude's refusing to follow up with any of the answers that he gets from Andrew Tate because he wants to strengthen whatever fucking platform he got going on to make it seem like he's right and that this is the most accurate platform you can watch the news on. This, bro, Piers Morgan, you bitch ass nigga, boy.
Has heard those comments.
Yeah.
Would you just say to her, look, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said misogyny.
No, I didn't. You said it was misogyny. I'm telling you, no, it's not.
If a 26-year-old woman is watching this and has heard those comments,
Yeah.
would you just say to her, look, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that?
No, I won't. I will say that I am sorry that that offends you. However, there's a large contingent of the world.
That doesn't mean you're sorry.
No, I'm not sorry. That's the point I'm making. I'm sorry if that offends you. However,
You see what I'm saying? He just told your ass he would say sorry. Excuse me. He just told your ass he would not say sorry. He just literally told this ugly white piece of shit that he would not be sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not racist. I love white people, but he's pissing me the fuck off. He just literally said that he would not tell a 25-year-old woman that he's sorry. He would tell her that he's sorry that she feels that way. Does not mean he's sorry. He's sorry for how she feels. Nigga, you know English. Stop trying to fucking play around.
No, I won't. I will say that I am sorry that that offends you. However, there's a large contingent of the world.
That doesn't mean you're sorry.
No, I'm not sorry. Idiot. That's the point I'm making. I'm sorry if that offends you. However, there's a large contingent of the world that believe that, and I was mediating for a conversation.
Parts of the world that believe that about 26-year-old women are parts of the world where women are not allowed out on their own.
That's a conversation.
They have to wear full burqas.
Well, that's a conversation.
They're not allowed to drive cars.
That's nothing to do with me.
But is that the kind of world for women that you?
I was mediating a conversation.
No, I'm asking you what you think.
I don't live in a country where that happens.
You're using that as the excuse for why you're not sorry for saying it.
It's not an excuse.
Is that there are parts of the world where this is fine?
My friend.
So my question to you is... Well,
you see what I'm saying? You white old piece of shredded piece of shit. Can you just allow him to say what the fuck he needs to say? You brung him on here for answers, and it's like you don't want answers. You want to hear what fills your fucking platform. You want this shit controversial. You want this nigga to trick himself out of his position and say some off-the-wall shit. You're not, because you know personally that there's nothing you can do. You can spin Andrew Tate in circles all fucking day. He's gonna be right next to you. You're not gonna trick him out of his words and make him say some shit that he does not want to say. You're speaking to a legend, my nigga.
What you think?
I don't live in a country where that happens.
You're using that as the excuse for why you're not sorry for saying it.
Watch this.
Is that there are parts of the world where this is fine?
My friend.
So my question to you is,
Look, he
well,
just
do
keep
you
talking.
think it's fine?
Every time
I
he's
don't
gonna
think
answer,
it's
just
fine.
keep talking.
I live in a world where
You don't think it's fine?
the reason
This isn't that hard, Andrew. You can simply say, Piers, you know what? With the benefit of hindsight, I wish I hadn't.
Bro, what is your motive here? Piers Morgan? What are you trying to get an answer, or are you trying to argue? Because you're getting answers, but you're not fully letting him deliver them. You're just stepping in every fucking time. Shut the fuck up.
Saying it.
It's not an excuse.
Is that there are parts of the world where this is fine?
My friend.
So my question to you is, well, do you think it's fine?
I don't think it's fine. I live in a world where
You don't think it's fine?
the reason
This isn't that hard, Andrew. You can simply say, Piers, you know what? With the benefit of hindsight, I wish I hadn't said it like that. And if a 26-year-old woman's watching, I'm sorry I said that, because that actually is blatantly misogynist. And even though that's a view held by other parts of the world,
He's not
it's
going
not
to
a view
say
I
that.
share.
Fuck you.
No,
He
I would
doesn't
respect
have
you
to
more
say
if you
that.
said that.
Fuck
Than if you try and say,
Fuck
well, it's
you,
said in other
Morgan.
parts of the world,
Shut
so
the
I'm not
fuck
sorry.
up.
I think
That doesn't tell me what you think.
then you need to understand why my content existed in the first place. My content existed because I tried my very hardest to be an absolute and utter realist, especially with uncomfortable truths. I was pointing out that very uncomfortable.
Is that a truth, then?
It's an uncomfortable truth in many parts of the world. It's not a truth that I'm happy about.
An inquest this week found that a 14-year-old girl, Molly Russell, died from an act of self-harm while suffering from depression and the negative effects of online content. The coroner said she was exposed to material that may have influenced her in a negative way, and in addition, what started as depression had become a much more serious depressive illness, and she very sadly took her life.
That's absolutely disgusting.
Right. Her father.
That's terrible.
Her father's campaign for better protections against potentially dangerous social media algorithms. Right. It says that the particularly graphic content she saw romanticized acts of self-harm, normalized her condition, and focused on a limited and irrational view without any counterbalance of normality. First of all, what is your response to that? Nothing to do with you.
Yeah, that's the first thing. Yeah, it is nothing to do with me. The fact that a 14-year-old girl took her life is truly sad. The world we live in today is the world we live in. The fact that something like that happened is almost mind-blowing to me. That's truly sad. I actually feel sad inside to see something like that.
What has come clear to me in the interview is that a lot of things you say you wouldn't say now that you've said before.
But I'd say them differently, perhaps.
Yeah, right. So to me, that's an acceptance, not just that you want to get back on platforms, because maybe...
What you want him to do, you want this nigga basically to clear his history out of his browser. That's what you want him to do and just reset. No, nigga, he's going to stick with what he believes. He's going to keep preaching in what he believes. He's not about to go back on what he says just because fucking Piers Morgan from Talk TV 2041 is trying to convince this nigga what he's saying in his past is wrong and misogyny. Fuck you, Morgan. Nobody's worried about your shitty ass opinion. If you don't like what Andrew Tate has to say, does not matter. You should have never even fucking introduced him onto your show. Please take the show down, my nigga. If this is how you act in all your fucking interviews, trying to be absolute and masculine and don't even let people deliver their full answers, fuck you, nigga. I don't even want to finish this video.
That was one of the reasons you were no platform, but that you've recognized and understood the potential harm to the wrong kind of impressionable
I need my
mind
fucking vape. This nigga pissing
by
me
some
off.
of the things you said.
Where my vape
Would
at,
that be
man?
fair?
I think that's 80% fair. I recognize and understand that with massive fame, you have to be more careful about being misconstrued. Like I said earlier, 1% of people misunderstanding you doesn't matter with a small audience. It matters with a very large audience. With power comes responsibility. I still believe the things I say. I do not want to be a negative force for the world. I also understand that I am a man who's lived a very difficult, nuanced life, and I am capable of making nuanced points that may be misunderstood by teenagers. However, that can be said about anybody and everything. Every opinion online can be misunderstood by children. Trying to protect children from the internet is a very interesting subject in and of itself, because I would argue that 80% of the content on the internet can be negative or detrimental to a young mind that doesn't understand the world.
Exactly. Well said. With that being, I don't even want to outro this video out. Piers Morgan, you were shit. You were shit, my nigga. Like, bro, like I was saying, bro, I enjoy doing this video. Andrew Tate, keep speaking on what you believe. Do not let no one try to make you bite your lip and try to make you clear your browser history, aka what you said in the past, just because they want you to live up to their expectations of what they think is right. Andrew Tate, keep being you, my nigga. When I tell you, bro, you've changed my life in many aspects, but you really created a fire in me, my nigga, that don't even let the truth go over anybody's head. I'm straightforward, truth, and direct and transparent, and you've strengthened those attributes in me, bro. There's so much shit that I can sit here and say, but I'm so anxious from watching this dumbass video of Piers Morgan. I can't even, like, bro, someone fire this nigga. Ban, blacklist, something. Anyways, with that being said, it's be your boy Manny. I'm gone, my nigga. All gas, no brakes.
I'm in the Hellcat flying. These little niggas be